Hello everybody, this is Tim here again, here with another movie review. You'll probably hear some noise in the background. That's just my air conditioner thing going on in the background. It's nothing. But yeah, all in all, I just got done watching the movie Joker, directed by Todd Phillips, starring Joaquin Phoenix. I'd give it a 4 out of 4. Honestly, I thought it was a masterpiece as a whole. It's not perfect, it's not as good as Nolan's 3 films, but it's better than the majority of comic book films. And I would say in terms of like a solo character film, this is probably the best we may have ever had. Yeah, I would say this is the best solo for a character that we've ever had, and it's for a villain. Yeah, pretty much with Joker, you got the story of Joker. It's rated R. You got Joaquin Phoenix playing this version of Joker, which, once again, this is a new version of Joker. It's not 100% like the comics. The actor and the director is doing his own thing, just like Jared Leto's Joker did. So whichever version of Joker is your favorite will depend upon how you feel about what they're going for and and how the actor portrays it. All in all, Joaquin Phoenix does an amazing job here. I will say problems with the film is it does start to drag a little, partly over halfway through the film. That, and this isn't a problem, but this is something I noticed. This film really isn't that violent. Like, there's a lot of controversy about this film, about how violent it is. Really, this film is pretty tame for the most part until like towards the end when Joaquin Phoenix like stabs a dude who was like being mean to him before he became the Joker. Pretty much Joaquin Phoenix's style of Joker in this film is a guy this is the most realistic version of Joker we've had. He's not the extreme supervillain. This is just a guy who's down on his luck and is going crazier and crazier until the point that he just completely snaps and becomes the Joker. And he's already trying to be a stand-up comedian, and he stays at home with his mom, and he's pretty much anorexic. And Joaquin Phoenix really lost the weight for the film. That takes a lot of effort. You got the guy playing Thomas Wayne in here, who this Thomas Wayne is a huge douchebag who's pretty much like corrupting Gotham, making the corruption in Gotham worse. You got a little bit of a side plot about Bruce Wayne, which is kind of neat when Joaquin Phoenix goes to meet him, and his name is Arthur Fleck in this. The Joker's real name is. And he thinks Thomas Wayne is his father, but later on you find out that he's actually not. His mom had adopted him, and she was crazy. You kind of get the idea, though, that his mom and Thomas Wayne probably did have a fling going on, but she kept blowing it up into bigger proportion because she became obsessed with him because she's crazy, and she had allowed Arthur to be abused by her boyfriend or whatever, and herself to be abused, and that's the reason he has such mental problems now that he's older, and he smothers her to death with a pillow. And Zaza Beetz is in here as his neighbor. She's really pretty, and you find at the end of the movie you thought that her and Joaquin Phoenix had a relationship, but really it's just another thing with his craziness, and he was just hallucinating the whole time. That was cool as well. I could kind of see it coming, and I was thinking, oh, are they going? Is she a hallucination? But by the time they got to like the hospital part where his mom is sick and she's in the hospital, I was like, well, I guess she's not. They went with it so long that I started to buy it. To where by the end I was like, oh, you got me. And another thing here is they kind of try to play it a little. They play it pretty artsy in a lot of scenes. This movie is really like Taxi Driver. It's not as artsy as you might hear about it going in. It could have been more artsy. And Robert De Niro plays this talk show host who's like a douchebag, but Arthur thinks that if he just gets on his show, he can be noticed and he'll finally be able to do something with his life because he really wants a father figure in his life. But when he finally gets on the show, of course, this guy's a douchebag and he kills him in a pretty funny scene where Joaquin Phoenix like shoots him to death. All in all, Joaquin Phoenix deserves an Oscar for this role. I think he does, honestly. I don't know what the other competition is going to be for his acting here, but just going off this performance, the man deserves an Oscar for this. He did an amazing job as his Joker here. Yeah, all in all, I'd give this 4 stars out of 4. It was a masterpiece of a film. The movie ends with him pretty much being arrested realistically and going to jail, and he causes riots in the city that end up causing the murder of Batman's parents, Thomas and Martha Wayne, which I thought was really cool. How they tie the Joker's origin into Batman's here. Similar to what Burton did, but here he inspires it instead of doing it himself. All in all, this is a 4-star film. It's a masterpiece of a movie. It's more like a gritty character study than it is like a super villain movie. So if you're going into it expecting like comic book Joker, you'll be disappointed. But for the Joker that they're going for, this is a masterpiece of a movie. And I highly recommend it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again.